In this episode, I'm going to show you how you can transform a small concrete slab patio by covering right over it and turn it into the garden of your dreams. I came up with a relatively easy and inexpensive method which you can accomplish yourself if you're willing to put in some sweat equity. We solved 3 problems when creating this patio design, and I'm going to show you what the problems were and how we resolved them. This is the backyard of our home. The house was built around 1904 and it's in suburban Philadelphia. Here you see a before picture of the original concrete patio, which we think dates back to about the 1950s. Problem number 1 was that this patio was way too small. There was no room to circulate around the table when there were people seated around it. The concrete was also uneven with large cracks in which weeds grew through and chairs and heels got stuck in. Problem number 2 was that the only thing separating the patio from the neighbor's property was a hedge. The neighboring property was an apartment, and when tenants pulled into the parking area in the back, their headlights would shine through the hedge onto us as we were trying to enjoy an evening on the patio. Problem number 3 was that occasionally the patio became a lake after a heavy snow melt or a big storm like a hurricane and make the whole area inaccessible. I decided to tackle the privacy issue first. I wanted to create a focal point that also blocked the neighbor's headlights. I researched some ideas online and found these inspirational photos of using a mantle in a garden. I like this idea because it would provide height comparable to that of the hedge for more privacy. Before we could install a mantle, we needed to create something to attach it to. So we dug out a section of the hedge and then dug holes to sink some pressure-treated lumber into concrete to create a stable frame. Once the frame was in place, we purchased some corrugated metal sheets, which we washed down with a mixture of salt, hydrogen peroxide, and vinegar to create an instant patina and take down the shine. This would become the backdrop for the mantle. At a local salvage yard, I found a weathered antique mantle with a mirror frame at the top, and it was just what I wanted it to look like. An old ruin. I wanted there to be character and intrigue and a rustic vibe. Now that the mantle was up, we whitewashed the upright 4x4 posts to blend in and flanked either side with old shutters. I also found matching large white urns to create a balanced design and then hung lanterns on either side as well. We also inserted a mirror into the frame, which we antiqued using a bleach wash on the reverse side to remove some of the silvering. The next step was to deal with the cracked concrete. I wanted to try to cover the concrete with gravel so that I didn't have to dig it out. These are a few of the photos I found for inspiration, but everyone I spoke to said I couldn't cover the concrete with gravel because the stones would shift and roll around on top of the concrete. I didn't give up on my idea. It took me a while, but I finally found a method by using landscape fabric with cells meant to hold gravel for driveways. My plan was to create a wood frame around the existing patio and extend it out over the grassy areas to make it much larger, yet be all one level. I began by clearing the yard of all previous plantings, and I used a shovel and level to create a new area as level with the existing concrete as possible. My dog Chet enjoyed this mission and helped me dig. That was fun. Once the area was level, we created a frame designed as 2 offset squares, and we used stakes and bolts and decorative corner brackets to link the 4x4 pressure-treated lumber. We had a load of 3/4-inch gravel delivered. We covered both the soil and the old concrete patio with landscape fabric and stapled it to the 4x4s. This was to prevent weeds coming through the gravel. Then we put down the honeycomb fabric, which we also secured both end to end and around the perimeter with staples. We began shoveling the gravel into the cells, filling each until it covered the cells completely and you could no longer see the fabric. We used a weighted hand tamper to pound the gravel and lock the stones tightly together. Of course, at this point, I was so excited that I had to try out the furniture to see how it was going to look. Next, we covered the 3/4-inch gravel with small riverstone gravel for a softer, more natural finished look. We also tamped the riverstone and had to rinse it down with a hose as it was muddy when it arrived. Finally, I had a finished surface to place my furniture and planters on. Now to tackle the landscape around the patio. We worked in sections, then created a path towards the house with irregular bluestones. We planted a river birch tree in the corner to soak up the water and provide shade. Then came Hurricane Ida. This was the true test of how the patio would handle the volume of rain. Things were pretty bad in our area. Thankfully, the gravel did its job. The furniture and pots were no longer drowning in water. We still had a few puddles around the perimeter, but the tree is doing a good job now of sucking up all the extra water. Over the years, the garden has really filled in, and we have added fountains and new cushion covers and changed the flowers over the years. I will have to eventually replace the fireplace as it is slowly crumbling from the weather, but the patio is still great. 7 years later, the gravel has not shifted or sank. It remains level and firm. We really do love this space and spend much more time in the garden than we ever have before. It has really transformed how we use our yard. So here's our patio today, and I can't believe how big the tree has gotten in just such a short time. So it's happy, sucking up all of the extra water in the area. I'm happy because I have this lovely garden space to enjoy. It's like 2 rooms. Do I have any regrets? I would say yes. The only regret I have is that I didn't make it bigger. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like and subscribe to my channel. Please leave a comment and let me know if you think all of this hard work was worth it.